Scott Pilgrim, the re-release of the game, based on the movie, based on the comic, based on the idea of a Canadian man. We were all looking forward to it, bursting for it, just ready. After a troubled history, that of which I talked about extensively in my original Scott video, we were to be blessed by the most amazing second coming of all time. Apart from maybe the Jesus one. And I, among many, downloaded the game on day 1 to jump back into where I had left off. A world of pain, and the inability to get better at beat-em-ups. And I felt satisfied with my purchase. 12 quid for a game that I had fond memories of, that I could now play on the toilet. So what's not to love? Well, some things. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you'll have seen that we have been playing through the game in a co-op campaign over online network. We were loving it, we could both enjoy the game together and were able to share it with you. Along the way, you guys were also sharing your experiences playing the game, and most of y'all enjoyed yourselves. There were a few people saying that they were having online issues with that side of it not performing to their expectations, but nothing outrageous at that point. Then I got this one comment. This one singular comment created a small hole in my heart, in the knowledge that this might not be the blissful experience we were all hoping for. Okay, Alex, chill out. Just a video game, not a religious experience. But that second coming. This comment struck me because this person was having issues with the game, specifically while trying to play it online. They were frustrated to the point that they returned the game. My initial reaction to this was that of, that seems extreme. Me and Will have been playing this game with little to no problems. They were probably in the minority. I genuinely believe I managed to jinx this game for us, because since reading and dismissing that comment, we have started getting problems. Initially, we continued to notice some discrepancy between what each player was seeing in their location. This isn't uncommon, especially in a game which is written 10 years ago, which was then only adapted to have online a short while later. But then, our issues grew. The discrepancy evolved to the point where we were fighting enemies the other player couldn't see. A baseball bat just came out of nowhere. Okay. Seems to be that there's some discrepancy between what each player sees sometimes.
Oh, I can't see anything on my end.
Really?
There wasn't any enemies, that's funny.
Nothing appeared on my screen. I think we're having...
Well, folks, if you're looking for an honest review of this game, then you're seeing it in progress. All I could see at points was Will flailing his limbs in directions that didn't make any sense, as well as getting knocked down from thin air. For the sake of the gameplay, it didn't matter a whole lot. It made for a bit of a laugh, and we are only recording from my side, so as long as we get to the end of the level, then it's no matter, right? I jinxed myself again. In our latest recording session, we were totally amazing, and not at all continually being knocked to our feet on Area 5. We made our triumphant way to the boss and gave them both a good slap, feeling relieved after a good old KO. But then, all of a sudden, the game friggin' crashed. It only took us... Will, did the game just crash for you?
Yeah.
I was genuinely surprised. I'd never had a software crash like this for me on Switch before, especially at that exact point in something like this. It was a pretty big blow, honestly, and validated the problems I had previously heard about the online mode. So, I felt disappointed. If you want to experience the full reaction and witness what we went through, you'll have to check out the latest episode of our playthrough, as it really tells the story. I implore you, it's worth the watch. So that's the end of my story, right? I had a glitch in the game and got a bit miffed by it. That's the only time I've experienced a game-breaking problem, right? I wish I wasn't lying. So in that same session, we jumped into Area 6. Side note, we're not really playing the game correctly, in the sense that after our game crashed, we just started playing Area 6. We want to play the game, but I never said we were that good at it, so we weren't gonna just start it again. And what happened now was even stranger. We were playing the honestly much more tame level, punching some zombies and enjoying some friendly banter, until the discrepancies caused a problem. They were occurring now and then during the level, but not to the point where it was ridiculously frustrating. Is there more people there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's frozen for me. And it's unfrozen. I'm just gonna hang here. Let me know when all the enemies are gone, because I can't see anyone. So we managed to get it back to the end of the level, ready to fight the boss, but then another bug. At the point where the screen fades and the 3 bosses' names and images are introduced, we were exposed to simply a darkening of the screen. The little music cue played that normally would, but it looks like the bosses didn't bother to show up that day. Then, nothing. We were stuck like that. We couldn't pause the game, animations were still going on in the background. We had to, yes, start again and get back up to that point. Now that was a pain. Don't get me wrong, I love playing games. Despite how difficult beat-em-ups are, I'm not saying that the challenge of this game is unwarranted, though I do think it is occasionally. But the fact I'm less familiar in the beat-em-up genre and I can't just speedrun these levels gets frustrating when it's piled on top of things that are out of my control, like glitches. Blah blah blah, we did the level again and got to the boss, and wow, they actually showed up. We defeated the boss. Spoiler alert. Oh wait, that's way too late. You wouldn't have watched the video if you didn't want spoilers, right? Right? And we also didn't defeat the boss. At least that's what Will was telling me. As my screen jumped to the KO portion, Will was still fighting. I was dead on the ground on his screen, and we were celebrating like royalty on mine. Then, more glitches. Because of Will still being in the level, my game was stuck on the area cleared screen for far too long. It slowly, eventually moved on to the next screen, and then the next screen, but then it just froze again. At least the advances did. The animations were still going on in the background. Both of us finished the level, but we were stuck. We had finished our session at that point and didn't need to play the game any longer, but even if we did want to, I don't think we would have. It's a damn shame, really. It left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. We really like each other's company, so we were happy to play the levels and over again like we did. But if we weren't recording, would we have bothered? Probably, yeah, but I think me and Will are quite patient with this sort of thing. I understand fully that other people aren't, and that's okay. In that moment, I understand why the person who wrote that comment returned the game. Imagine me and Will didn't have other games we liked to play together. This was the one thing, and there was no other alternative form of online entertainment we could both indulge in. Wink. Just kidding. Then we discover all these online problems. That would suck. We probably wouldn't put the time in to spend with each other at that point. So Alex, are you saying that Plungeroo don't recommend getting the Scott Pilgrim re-release, that your videos unintentionally hyping it up were all for nothing and you were lulled into a false sense of security from some British accents? No. I think the game is as strong as it was from the time it came from. I have had no real problems with the local co-op and story mode, and I love the little extra modes that they have added into the game. There is so much heart behind the project, and for better or worse, the online is like an Xbox Live Arcade game from 2010. It's just been adapted for modern consoles, but I don't think I can say it has been improved. For that reason, I understand the title, Complete Edition. It has everything it was, plus a bit more, but it is what it was, and we shouldn't expect much more. Thanks for watching, folks. It's been a pleasure sharing my Scott Pilgrim experiences with you. Remember to click like if you're nice, hit the subscribe button and the bell button if you like hitting things. Take care, stay safe. See you later, folks.